families. So as you see, it's a very ambitious program, and we're going to try and get through the program, and we also allow enough time for Q&A. Again, thank you so much, everyone who's helping out with the chairs. Our turnout is better than we expected, and I love it. If we have to sit on the floor, we will. I just think it's wonderful that all of you are here. Thank you so very much. And to get started, I'm going to ask Alex Hinojosa to come forward and introduce some of our student performers. We have some performers at the beginning of the program and some performers at the end of the program. So we want to open with a bang as well as closing with a bang. So thank you so much, Alex. Gloria, is the mic on?
Waiting any longer, I'd like to invite Enrique Morones from Ángeles de la Frontera to come up and tell us about Marcha Migrante 4 and what is this marcha, the objectives and the involvement and all that's behind this this movement. Thank you, Enrique.
Thank you all very much. I want to thank Gloria and everybody here at the university for the support that you guys have always given us. We have several members of the Marcha that are with us right now, and most of the crew is actually heading back to Florida because we're going to be heading up the East Coast and heading up to Washington, D.C. But I want to, first of all, just briefly mention what Border Angels is all about, Gente Unida, and then the Marcha Migrante. Border Angels is an organization that we started back in 1986, and its message is very clear. If I was hungry, did you give me to eat? If I was thirsty, did you give me to drink? It's a faith-based group. We got started in the canyons of North County, San Diego, where our migrant brothers and sisters live today, outdoors. I was shocked to see these conditions, so we started going into those canyons to bring food and water to them back then. In 1996, 2 years after Operation Gatekeeper, the Wall of Death, the Wall of Shame, we realized that there was a tremendous increase in the deaths. Instead of 1 or 2 people dying every month from the San Diego to the Brownsville border, you have 2 to 3 people dying every day. Today, 2 people or 3 people will die. These are human beings that are dying. Guadalupe Beltran was a woman that went home because she wanted to bury one of her parents. And she went home, and on her way back, she contacted a smuggler. And the smuggler said, why don't you cross now? There's fires here in San Diego. Those fires here in San Diego are so big that what they're doing is the Border Patrol is very busy, and they're distracted. Well, what happened was Guadalupe Beltran did avoid the Border Patrol as she headed back in San Diego. But the fires did catch up with her. And Guadalupe Beltran ended up burning to death, spending 10 days in the UCSD healthcare, dying and leaving behind 4 infant children. 4 children that will never see their mother again. Marco Antonio Villaseñor was a 5-year-old boy that crossed for economic reasons with his dad. And as he crossed the border with his father, he was very thirsty. So he asked his dad for some water. And his own father would not give this 5-year-old boy water. So he asked the next man and the next man and the next man, 18 men total. Neither of them would give the boy water. Why? Because Marco Antonio's father, like the 17 other men, were all dead. Marco Antonio Villaseñor also died in May of 2003. Lucrecia Dominguez crossed for the other reason people cross. 85% economic opportunity, like most of your parents, 15% family reunification. Lucrecia just wanted to get back together with her husband. And she, like the people that are dying today, had no legal way of coming into the country. So she crossed, got a smuggler, and the smuggler says, I'll let you cross, but don't bring those kids, they'll slow us down. But she brought those kids. And as she brought those kids, what happened was, the smuggler says, they're slowing us down, the Border Patrol's going to catch us, and left them out there. So Lucrecia Dominguez literally dies in the arms of Jesus, her 15-year-old son, Jesus. This is what's happening along the border every day. So Border Angels shifted his focus from going into the canyons, where we still go, we just gave mass there last week, to going to the desert and putting water out there, especially in the summer. But people continue to die. There's not enough water. We need to have humane and comprehensive immigration reform. But not only do we have that, we have the hate groups like the Minutemen. The Minutemen, which are today's KKK. And they're the ones that are running around without the hood, pretending that they're protecting this country. Protecting the country from what? There's not one case of a terrorist crossing the border and entering the United States from Mexico. There are several cases from Canada. We have a terrorist in Arizona right now with a badge named Sheriff Joe Arpaio. You know what he's doing right now? Right now he's marching undocumented people in chains from one federal detention facility to another, in front of everybody. in black and white stripes. These are things that we read about in our history books.